Good evening. So as you can see, we went from 60 almost degrees in some parts of the state to snow in multiple inches. Decided to stop by, see my folks, see this little guy, little Tucker, little dude, and see my mom. This is my mom, Kathy. And yeah, no, just about to go pick up Judy, and she is not driving tonight because we will die. And then yeah, and just showing my mom some new stuff with the camera, and then head on out and continue down the adventurous fun of dealing with people forgetting how to drive in the middle of the winter, which is now spring, but you can't tell by the snow outside. So
we had a snowstorm 2 years ago today.
We did. Well, that was the one thing I thought was really crazy. Was I was checking out Facebook, and Facebook was saying we had snowstorm 2 years ago today, but we were out on the bikes a year ago already out at Greenbush, in which
we got our camper 2 years ago, and when we pulled in to get our we pulled into a snowstorm.
That's Friday, Kathy. You came
That's crazy.
up in a snowstorm like this.
So yeah, well, I will go ahead and I'll update this later, and yeah, just stay tuned. They'll be uploaded at some point, probably within a day or so. So you'll have a good night. Good evening. So just left my folks' house, heading out to towards the mall to go pick up Judy. She's all done with work apparently after like a 2-hour shift. It's always super fun. And the roads are not too bad, they're not too slippery. Good thing I left my winter tires on. Right now all of the stuff is starting to freeze over, so that's something cool. But whatever, it's part of the fun of living in Wisconsin, and now all the delightful slush is just smashing everything around. I had a good conversation with my mom. So as most people don't know, she has multiple myeloma, and she had a transplant done last year, and it didn't go as expected. It went away, her cancer went away for quite a while and was in remission, and then it just came back. And my wife Lauren and I right now don't have any kids, but we're talking. A bunch of our friends are starting to look at it, and we're starting to have kids. They're all married, and at that point where they're starting to think about it, and I think it'd be a solid time if we were going to have them, And had a pretty deep conversation with my mom today. It was in regards to, it really sucks to know that there's a chance, like not even that it is, but that there is a chance that my kids won't get the opportunity that I got growing up, where I got to know my grandparents, and even actually my great-grandparents, because my grandma's still around, and I got to know my great-grandma pretty well because my grandma and I used to go and visit her. And it really kind of sucks that there's that chance that I may not get to know her. Kind of like my mom's dad, he passed when I was like 2.5 years old, and I missed out the opportunity to meet a very interesting man. And I got to know my grandpa really well on my dad's side, my dad's dad. And so I was talking to her about possibly starting up a vlog about just everyday things. I mean, very interesting lady. She's done a lot in her life, and I would really like my kids to get to know her, because realistically, I mean, before, they're not even going to be conversational. Let's say, hypothetically, if we had them next year, they're not even going to be conversational for the next 5 years, at best. And, you know, you never know with the world and with how cancer works, if that's a thing. So kind of hoping that she takes to light that. And, you know, I think that there's a lot of changes that have been going on and things that have been becoming realized. And so I told her I'd work with her, and that she'd be able to turn to me if she needed help setting it up, and I could get her set up with the software. I've already got her set up with the computer to do it all, and so I'm hoping I get the opportunity to actually sit down with her and, you know, kick off her actually starting a vlog. So that's basically the kind of down ski side of this update, other than, you know, driving around and sloppy stuff that was supposed to be like 12 inches and turns out to only be a few inches at best, minus the roads are kind of slippery. So yeah, not much of an update today. I'll be editing this when I get home and not doing a date night because I didn't feel like driving across town to go watch a movie with Lauren. So we're going to sit and watch Stranger Things together, and it should be a good time. And yeah, I know it's not a very upbeat post, but it's one of those that once in a while, this is how life is, and it's just the way it is. And on a plus note, I finished up our project today that I've been working on at the hospital for the better part of almost a month now, and yeah, it's been quite the adventure. So I'm glad that's all done, and I can get back to my normal day job at the hospital in IT and continue down that road. So, well, I suppose you guys have a good night. I'm going to just continue to drive now to pick up Judy, and hope the rest of the night is uneventful and fun at the same time. So, well, you guys have a good night.